You don't need more time. You need more in that particular time. Yes, aspirants. Hello, good morning, and welcome to UPSC. Welcome to this new session of Polity PT-365, which is part of our pre-camp 2026 Current Affairs Master Program. So here I've mentioned prelims pointers with respect to PT-365. Usually we know that static is much more important, and static is the game in the UPSC prelims, and current affairs भी इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते. सो ये मैं प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स मतलब जो भी आर्टिकल्स है करंट अफेयर्स में जो भी है ना, तो इसको डायरेक्टली हम इसी PDF में लिंक किया हूँ, है ना. इसी PDF में लिंक करेंगे और इधर ही हम रिवाइज कर सकते हैं, है ना. सी द फर्स्ट आर्टिकल हियर इज 50 ईयर्स ऑफ नेशनल इमरजेंसी. सो हमको पता चल जाएगा कि इमरजेंसी प्रोविजन का चैप्टर है विच बिलोंग्स टू पार्ट 18 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, एंड ऑटोमेटिकली वी कैन रिवाइज हियर क्विकली. सो दीज आर द प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स, है ना. ये लक्ष्मीकांत का समरी भी है, एंड इसमें सारे चीज़ दिए हुए, एंड दिस इज़ इनफ फॉर द प्रीलिम्स, एंड हियर यू कैन लिंक immediately to the static, okay, with respect to the article. With no further ado, let's dive into the first article here. 50 years of national emergency. एंड है ना, इसमें पॉलिटी PT-365 में हमको सारे चीज़ें नहीं पढ़नी है यार, सिर्फ प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स, है ना. मेंस आर्टिकल्स को कम्प्लीटली इग्नोर कर देंगे, और वो प्रीलिम्स के लिए भी इम्पॉर्टेंट भी नहीं है ना. सो 50 years of national emergency, yes, emergency provision का चैप्टर है. वाई इट इज़ इन द न्यूज़, जस्ट हैव अ ग्लैंस, है ना. इसमें भी ज़्यादा गहराई नहीं जाना है, जस्ट बेसिक ऊपर में जो भी है. सो 2025 मार्क्ड 50 years, yes, and emergency, declared on 1975, 1977, like, 3 times emergency, national emergency proclaimed 3 times, okay, इधर दिए हुए proclaimed 3 times. Chinese aggression, Pakistan war में, and internal emergency. So here this one, suspension of fundamental rights during emergency, this is borrowed from Weimar Constitution, Germany. This is also salient features of constitution का chapter है, वो chapter भी important हो जाएगा. And this one, yes, article 352 to 360 under part 18 PYQ में भी पूछ चुका है, So the parts also will be very important. We should give emphasis on the prelims PYQs and the pattern, how the UPSC throws the questions, right? So here quick revision. तो इसमें let me focus and concentrate on the national emergency part. Here इसमें क्या है, ये मैं लास्ट में आपको बता दूंगा. So national emergency. So grounds of declaration, yes, of course, external aggression or armed rebellion, which is 44th amendment. So only this one, है ना, president can limit operation to of national emergency to particular area. Only this one which has been amended from 42nd. The other things, every from in this national emergency, every amendments are from 44th amendments, but only this one, this amendment, president can limit operation of national emergency to particular area. Only this is 42nd. The other amendments are 44th. So ये basic है ना, आपको रिविजन करने में हेल्प होंगे. So here national emergency due to internal disturbance, and here armed rebellion was replaced by internal disturbance by 44th amendment. Okay, this one, and president can proclaim only after receiving written recommendation from cabinet, ये भी 44th है. प्रोक्लेमेशन ऑफ नेशनल इमरजेंसी बॉट अंडर जुडिशियल रिव्यू, ये भी 44th है, मिनरवा मिल्स केस, एंड जुडिशियल रिव्यू इज पार्ट ऑफ बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. एंड अप्रूवल देख लेंगे नेशनल इमरजेंसी का, मस्ट बी अप्रूव्ड बाय बोथ द हाउसेस, एंड टाइम पीरियड इज 1 month फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ इशू, ये भी 44th. सो अप्रूव होने के बाद इफ अप्रूव्ड इट कंटिन्यूज फॉर 6 months एंड कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड टू इनफाइनाइट, यस, इनफाइनाइट, विद अप्रूवल फॉर एवरी 6 months. पीरियोडिक पार्लियामेंट्री अप्रूवल चाहिए, ये भी 44th है. एंड अप्रूवल कंटिन्यूस बाय ईदर हाउस ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट, लोकसभा, और ईदर हाउस ऑफ द बाय स्पेशल मेजॉरिटी, ये भी 44th अमेंडमेंट. एंड रिवोकेशन, यस, रिवोक्ड बाय प्रेसिडेंट. इफ लोकसभा 1/10 ऑफ द टोटल मेंबर्स ऑफ लोकसभा गिव रिटर्न नोटिस टू स्पीकर, ये भी 44th है. एंड रिवोकेशन इज डन बाय सिंपल मेजॉरिटी. ओके, नाउ इम्पैक्ट्स क्या है, सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशन में इफेक्ट्स क्या है. इस national emergency का. There are three effects. First one is executive, legislative and financial. So executive में ना, this line is important here. See, state government is not suspended. This is very important. State government is not suspended, but entire complete control by center. Center extend its executive power to states. It give directions to the state on any matter. Here, same as from executive, here legislative may be parliament make laws on the state list, but however, legislative power of the state is not suspended. Okay. Laws of parliament inoperative हो जाता है 6 months after emergency ceased, and president can issue ordinance on the state subjects. Okay. Financial में president can modify, reduce or cancel the distribution of revenues. On such state orders, like president has to late before the parliament. Okay. And next, effect on Lok Sabha and state assembly. Yes, Lok Sabha may extend for 1 year at the time. And of course, extension cannot continue beyond 6 months after emergency ceased to operate. Parliament may extend the tenure of the state assembly. And here, on the fundamental rights, what are the effects on fundamental rights? है ना? These two articles are very very important. Article 358, Article 359. So इसमें क्या है? Automatic suspensions है. So here see, Article 358 में automatically suspend 6 rights of the fundamental right, 19. Okay, only when national emergency on external aggression, but not armed rebellion. है ना? UPSC can throw a statement like this also. See, under national emergency, Article 358 automatically suspend. Okay, only on external aggression and armed rebellion. So the statement is wrong. Only on external aggression but not armed rebellion. So article, like fundamental right 19 में 6 rights automatically suspend हो जाएगा. So like those 6 rights like right to freedom of speech and expression, right to assemble peacefully without arms, right to form associations or cooperative societies, right to move freely throughout the territory of India, right to reside, settle in any part of the territory, right to practice any profession. So these 6 articles, rights which will be suspended automatically only on external aggression, but not armed rebellion. Keep this in mind and let us move forward. And the second one, Article 359, suspension of other fundamental right except 20 and 21. So fundamental right 20 and 21, except these, the suspension will be for other fundamental rights. So fundamental right 20, protection in respect of conviction for offenses, and of course 21 is like protection of life and personal liberty. Okay, here suspend fundamental right both the cases, armed rebellion also or external aggression also. President may specify duration. Okay, president can specify duration, not parliament. And suspension of fundamental right may be applied to entire country or any part of the country. Okay, so the president can specify this duration. Okay, and 44th amendment, we read automatic suspension of fundamental right 19 only on external aggression. So this is very important, not armed rebellion. Okay. And 359, president suspend right to seek a remedy except for 20 and fundamental right 21. So with respect to national emergency, these are the prelims pointers. And guys, please आप self एक बार look revision कर लेना. And है ना, this one I just like made a mind map. है ना, last minute में यही help हो जाता है यार, हमको पूरा chapter पढ़ने में time भी नहीं रहता है ना. So देखो, national emergency approval revoke, same this one. So इसमें अप्रूवल क्या होता है, क्या चाहिए, लाइक स्पेशल मेजोरिटी बोथ द हाउसेस, ड्यूरेशन इज़ 1 month, एंड रिवोक इज बाय सिंपल मेजोरिटी. कौन करता है? प्रेसिडेंट. यस ऑफ कोर्स. हियर बट हियर क्या है, 1/10 लोकसभा का रिटर्न नोटिस टू द स्पीकर, वो हमको ध्यान रखना है. एंड हियर प्रेसिडेंट रूल अप्रूव्ड बाय सेम सिंपल मेजोरिटी, बट हियर 2 months, एंड रिवोक इज बाय प्रेसिडेंट एनी टाइम. फाइनेंशियल इमरजेंसी में भी सेम अप्रूवल, सिंपल मेजोरिटी 2 months, रिवोक प्रेसिडेंट एनी टाइम. Only in national emergency, the time duration is 1 month, approval. But in president rule and financial emergency, revoke is done by president only anytime, and here approval में 2 months. Both are same. Simple majority and 2 months. Okay, see. So we'll move on to next article. सो हियर असेंट टू स्टेट बिल्स है ना, गवर्नर, प्रेसिडेंट, स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली. So why it is in the news? Supreme Court in 16th presidential reference under article 143. सो ये आर्टिकल 143 इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. सो ये आर्टिकल 143 ये क्या है, लाइक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अथोराइजेस द प्रेसिडेंट टू सीक द एडवाइस और द ओपिनियन ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, है ना. कीपिंग ऑन दैट माइंड, ओके, आई थिंक सुप्रीम कोर्ट चैप्टर में वो आता है आर्टिकल 143, है ना, एडवाइजरी जुरिसडिक्शन में. ओके, हियर हेल्ड दैट कोर्ट कैन नॉट इम्पोज एनी टाइमलाइंस फॉर डिसीजंस ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट. कोर्ट ना टाइमलाइंस नहीं रख सकते. एंड गवर्नर ऑल्सो ऑन ग्रांटिंग द assent to bills अप्रूवल में अंडर आर्टिकल 200 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और 201. सो आर्टिकल 200 201 इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो डायरेक्टली वी आर डाइविंग इनटू दिस आर्टिकल. सी नोट, Constitution of India under Article 163 Clause 2 explicitly mentions that certain spheres of the governor of state acts में his or her own discretion. However, Constitution does not empower President to independently suo motu, है ना, take up the state bills unless and until if it has been reserved and forwarded by the governor. ये प्रेसिडेंट को नहीं है, जस्ट गवर्नर. सो हियर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का प्रोविजन क्या है, विद रिस्पेक्ट टू असेंट टू स्टेट बिल्स. सी हियर, okay, governor responsibility for state bills, article 200 of the constitution, and state bills. Here state bill passes to the governor and governor has 4 options. He can act on the 4 with condition like, see, he can grant approval and of course it becomes a law. Governor withhold the approval, the bill is rejected, and he can return for reconsideration to the state assembly. So he can reserve for the president's consideration. So ये reconsider money bill में नहीं हो जाएगा, है ना, not for money bills with suggestions for amendment. So here this legislature passes again with or without any changes. When governor sends back to the state legislative assembly for reconsider purpose, the legislature with or without any changes or with or any changes, when it passes back to the governor must give approval, है ना, this is binding है. Here governor may do this as soon as possible. So here article 201, this is with respect to governor and state legislative assembly, the bills. And here president responsibility for bill reserved by the governor, article 201. Here governor reserve bill for the president takes 3 actions, है ना. president can give approval, president can withhold that approval, president can return for reconsideration, है ना. But when president sends back, return the bill for reconsideration, legislature must reconsider, and pass. Timeline is within 6 months. Here president make final decision to give approval for the reconsidered bill. Either he can give approval or either he can withhold his approval. Here president is not bound by the state legislature when it sends back after reconsideration. Okay, president is not bound by that decision. Here president can give, withhold approval. So this is the thing. And here तो इसमें हम देख चुके हैं कि सी द की हाइलाइट्स ऑफ स्टेट ऑफ तमिलनाडु वर्सेस गवर्नर ऑफ तमिलनाडु, है ना. ये भी पास करंट अफेयर में है. एस्पेक्ट इज दैट इट इज अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल. सी हियर, गवर्नमेंट और प्रेसिडेंट कैन नॉट एक्सरसाइज पॉकेट वीटो और एब्सोल्यूट वीटो अंडर द बिल्स. सी अंडर आर्टिकल 200 and 201. ओके, एंड इनएक्शन कैन बी चैलेंज्ड वाया writ mandamus. See here, writ mandamus cannot be issued against private body, against to enforce departmental instructions, where when duty is discretion to enforce contractual obligations, or it cannot be it cannot be issued against president of India or any state governors. और ये भी writ of mandamus ये important हो जाता है ना. This is also complete static. Here static में ना the writ of mandamus, see here it cannot be issued. So writ of mandamus can be issued. See, it can be issued against first one, any public body, second one, corporation, an inferior court or a tribunal or the government, but it cannot be issued against private body or president or CGI, है ना. And mandamus will not lie against a company, even though if it may be a government company. This is very important, guys. See, mandamus will not lie against a company, even though the company, it may be a government company also. Here public duties must. Okay. तो हाँ, ये चीज़ें मतलब नहीं, ऊपर ऊपर से एक बार देख लेना, एंड है ना, कंप्लीट स्टैटिक का पार्ट है, प्रेसिडेंट चैप्टर, गवर्नर चैप्टर एंड स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर का भी इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है ना. सो एक बार देख लेना रिविजन. सो द थर्ड वन इज ऑफिस ऑफ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. वाई इट इज़ इन द न्यूज़, बस ऊपर से देख लेना. CB राधाकृष्णन इलेक्टेड एज 15th वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. सो ये टॉपिक न्यूज़ में है. एंड सी हियर इन दिस चैप्टर, सी office of vice president. So for this small topic, I'll just attach the prelims pointers PDF at the end of this PDF, so you'll get this. Okay, you can revise from that also. But here let us see constitutional provisions related to vice president. So of course, second highest constitutional office in country. Constitution does not specify who performs vice president duties when the office falls vacant. Here article 63, there shall be a vice president of India. 64, vice president shall be ex officio chairman council of states, Rajya Sabha. And article C, as president to discharge his functions during casual vacancies in office or during absence of president. Vice president acts as a president, okay, to discharge his functions whenever the president's office is in vacant or during the absence of president. Okay, here election, elected by members of electoral college, consists of both the houses of the parliament. Here election, vice president is not directly elected by the people, but elected by members of electoral college, both the houses. Okay, and election is indirectly. Okay, PYQ 2013 में आया है ना. Consist both elected and nominated members, okay, of the both the houses, but not include members of state legislature and union territory. And what are the qualifications mentioned by constitution? He should be a citizen of India, 35-year age attainment. He is qualified for election as a member of council of states, Rajya Sabha, है ना, ये भी important है. And he must not hold any office of profit. And of course, term 5 years है, and submit the resignation president paper. And see, the removal of the vice president, this resolution can only be initiated in the Rajya Sabha, but not in Lok Sabha. The removal resolution for the vice president, from the Rajya Sabha itself, by Rajya Sabha resolution passed by, special majority, okay, and of its total membership, and approved by Lok Sabha. And see, continues in office until successor assumes charge, even after term expiry. Okay, and election to fill vacancy, resignation removal shall be held as soon as possible. Okay, so वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का जो भी है ना, विद रिस्पेक्ट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, द बेयर एक्ट्स, वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. एंड दिस वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का स्मॉल प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स का एक शायद एक आधा पेज या एक पेज होगा, मैं इस PDF में लास्ट में अटैच कर दूंगा, है ना, सारे टॉपिक्स का. ओके, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल. सी, स्पीकर ऑफ लोक सभा इज इन द न्यूज़. सो वाई इट इज इन द न्यूज़? Lok Sabha Speaker has nominated a member of Parliament, as an empaneled member to preside over House proceedings. So इसमें ना directly we are going to see office of Speaker, what are the constitution provisions with respect to Speaker, and considering the PYQs also, how the questions are being framed by UPSC, with respect to the members of Parliament. So here looking on to the office of Speaker, complete static part है. See here. Okay. Office of Speaker. Lok Sabha chooses 2 of its members as Speaker and Deputy Speaker by simple majority. Here ना मैं आपको Speaker के बारे में pointers बता दूंगा. See here. He is the guardian of power and privileges of members. Okay. His decision in parliamentary matter is final. And okay, he adjourn the houses. He suspend the houses if no quorum maintained. Okay, and he can cast vote in case of tie, but cannot vote in the first instance. He can vote in the first instance only when the resolution for his removal is under consideration. Okay, here Lok Sabha chooses Speaker and Deputy Speaker by simple majority. Position is presiding officer, and he is the head and representative of Lok Sabha. term of office, see, does not vacate office until immediately before the first meeting of the Lok Sabha, and of course eligible for re-election. And here see, speaker, he shall vacate his or her office if he or she ceases to be a member of assembly, है ना. They should vacate this one. Okay, removal is from resolution passed by majority of all the then members of the house, provided minimum 14 day notice. Okay, when resolution for speaker removal is under consideration, see here, he cannot preside at the sitting of the house. He may be present, but he cannot preside over the sitting of the house. He can speak, he can take part in the proceedings of the house, and even he can vote in the first instance only when his removal, the resolution for his removal is under consideration. But he cannot vote in the first instance, or he cannot exercise a casting vote in case of tie. ये कंप्लीट स्टैटिक पार्ट है गाइस, है ना. इसमें स्पीकर का पार्ट आपको बार बार रिवाइज करना है क्योंकि ये न्यूज़ में है. एंड कोर ड्यूटीज ऑफ द स्पीकर, यस, एक बार देख लेना ऊपर ऊपर से. ही ही एक्ट्स एज लाइक राइट्स गार्डियन, रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी, डेडलॉक रिजॉल्वर, जॉइंट सेशन प्रिसाइडर, मनी बिल अथॉरिटी अंडर आर्टिकल 110, है ना. एंड मनी बिल में फाइनल डिसीजन किसका है? स्पीकर का. यस, ओके. These are the pointers. And in India, see, speaker does not resign from party. Okay, keep this in mind. And in Britain, speaker is non-party person. Okay, just have some basic difference glance with respect to British Parliament, because we borrowed from the British Parliament only, right? Our parliamentary model, our Indian parliamentary model is based on the British Westminster model. For that sake, just have some basic glance, okay, with the difference between the two. And one more thing है, speaker, he is the highest rank. Then all the cabinet ministers, मैं दूंगा, मैं वो है ना प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स का PDF है ना, मैं वो दे दूंगा. ओके, देन हियर सी ये सब इलेक्शन, सो नो एक बार देख लेना. स्टैटिक पार्ट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, उतना गहराई में मत जाओ, सी जस्ट स्टिक टू द प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स. ओके, नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल इज एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ. So why it is in the news? Yes, this is a case state of Telangana and Padi Reddy, okay, recently addressed significant delays by speaker in disqualification petitions concerning Telangana MLAs. So just have a one reading glance. Okay, after that, see, anti-defection law is important topic. You know, it is also chapter है ना. Actually, in anti-defection law, the disqualifications and exceptions are very important, है ना. See, disqualifications. Okay, one second, ये clear नहीं है. Okay, see, a member voluntarily gives up. If the member voluntarily gives up his party membership or abstain, against a party whip, है ना, then without condonation within 15 days, he is disqualified. An independent member joins any political party, disqualified. A nominated member joins any political party after 6 months of taking a seat, yes, disqualified. See, exception is like party member is allowed. Okay, he is allowed if supported by 2/3 of his legislators. Okay, and exception is for Speaker of Lok Sabha, Deputy Speaker, Chairman of Rajya Sabha, and Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha. They may resign from party and rejoin after demitting the office. Okay, है ना. So here anti-defection मतलब, see, the key pointers is like it is included under 10th schedule, 52nd Amendment Act, via. Okay, it lays down the process by which legislature may be disqualified on the grounds of defection by presiding officer. It does not specify a time period for presiding officer also to decide on disqualification. Keep this also in mind. And yes, in context of, see, Koito Holoan versus Zachilu case 1992, speaker decision under anti-defection law is subjected to judicial review. When the statement comes, speaker decision under anti-defection law is subjected to judicial review. Which case? Koito Holon case. Okay. And yeah, this one, Ravi Naik versus Union of India. Here, speaker acts as a neutral adjudicator rather than political figure. And Karnataka MLA's disqualification case. Parliament to consider transferring disqualification powers from speaker to independent tribunal. Okay, this one also case. ऊपर से एक बार देख लेना. And here in this also, see, disqualification petition है ना under 10th schedule should be decided within a period of 3 months from the date of their filing. So these are just judicial pronouncements in context of 10th schedule. Okay, and इसमें डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ सिटिंग लॉ मेकर में है ना, जस्ट ये सब नहीं है, जस्ट सी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस है ना. सो आर्टिकल 102, 191 conditions owing for MP or MLA, okay, can be disqualified. Okay, see, if they hold office of profit, disqualified. Unsound mind, undischarged, insolvent, not a citizen of India, defection, disqualified. See, these are all self-explanatory, and एक बार ऊपर से देख लेना. Okay, and here ये नहीं, ये prelims का part नहीं है, it is important for mains. See here, removal of ministers upon detention. Just see the key provisions, okay, key provisions of constitutional amendment bill of 2025 है ना, थोड़ा सा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. सी ग्राउंड्स ऑफ रिमूवल है, यूनियन मिनिस्टर भी आता है, सीएम, स्टेट मिनिस्टर और प्राइम मिनिस्टर टू बी रिमूव्ड इफ अरेस्टेड और डिटेन्ड फॉर 30 consecutive days, 30 days, okay, for an offense punishable with 5 years or more imprisonment. Okay, these are the grounds of removal. Here bill propose significant amendments to article 75. Article 75 provision of union ministers में article 164 and 239 AA of the Indian Constitution. एक बार देख लेना. And procedure of removal, see, president removes minister on the advice. Okay, 31st day, 30 day तक absence रहेगा. 31st, see, if he is absent till 30 days, so the 31st day he will be removed. President will remove. Okay, otherwise automatic cessation. Okay, state ministers except CM, see, governor removes. Here Delhi minister को president acts on Delhi CM advice. Here prime minister or chief minister must resign by 31st day, okay, of custody. If fails to, leads to automatic removal. Reappointment, no bar on reappointment after release from the custody. So next topic, parliamentary committees. See guys, see this detention and all na, like ek bar just see, but the static is important. Again I'm emphasizing, again I'm saying again and again, give emphasis to static. करंट अफेयर्स ना जो भी आपको स्टैटिक पार्ट से लिंक हो जाता है ना, इमीडिएटली फ्रॉम दैट आर्टिकल जंप टू द स्टैटिक चैप्टर, है ना. यूपीएससी ऐसा नहीं पूछता यार, लाइक पर्टिकुलरली मेंशनिंग स्टेट्स एंड ऑल, नहीं, जस्ट यू नीड टू नो दैट स्टैटिक पार्ट क्लियर हो विद लिंक टू दैट पर्टिकुलर करंट अफेयर आर्टिकल. ओके, नाउ पार्लियामेंट्री कमिटीज. सो व्हाई इट इज इन द न्यूज, सी, नॉट एडवाइसेबल गवर्नमेंट, जस्ट एक बार देख लेना. सी, लेट अस मूव ऑन टू इम्पॉर्टेंट कमिटीज, है ना. एस्टिमेट्स कमिटी, very very important, PYQ आ चुका है. See, this is the largest of the 3 financial committees. Other 2 are Committee on Public Undertakings and Public Account Committee. So what are the key details of this estimates committee? See, 30 members and only from Lok Sabha. Okay, ministers not eligible, no other person from Rajya Sabha, only it consists of 30 members and that too from Lok Sabha. And chairperson appointed by speaker, tenure is 1 year. Okay, he suggests alternative policies for efficiency, है ना, and whether expenditure is well utilized or not budget में. Okay, and इसमें consultative committee, cabinet committee on security, appointments committee of the cabinet. So ये सब committees recently news में है, तो इसमें हमको क्या करना है, just see consultative committees में we should just look up to which ministry में आता है. Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Okay, constituted after Lok Sabha elections. See, voting membership 10 to 30. Okay, 1 MP can be a member of only one consultative committee. Just this much. And what is the aim, objective? See, informal consultation between government and MPs on the policies program. Consultative committee क्या करता है, कौन सा मिनिस्ट्री अंडर आता है, कितना मेंबर्स है. ओके, दिस इज मोर देन इनफ यार, हमको ज़्यादा गहराई में नहीं जाना है. ओके, जस्ट स्टिक टू द प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स. सो कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन सिक्योरिटी, अगेन it is chaired by PM. Okay, and the CCS is one of the 8 cabinet committees. Okay, members are like Minister of Defense रहता है, Home Minister, Finance, External Minister Affairs. Okay, Defense Chief, they may attend. Okay, and okay, this cabinet committee, see, extra constitutional provided under transaction of business rules. Okay, एक बार देख लेना, self explanatory है. Appointments committee of the cabinet. So this composition is also Prime Minister plus Home Minister. Okay, these are just pointers which we have to focus on. And responsibility क्या है, सीनियर गवर्नमेंट अपॉइंटमेंट्स करना है ना, टॉप पोस्ट, PSUs, बैंक्स, इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज, ओके, ऑटोनोमस बॉडीज. सो नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल ऑन द लोकल बॉडीज. सो इसमें ना पंचायत एडवांसमेंट इंडेक्स, सी, दिस इज कंप्लीटली मेन्स पार्ट. कंप्लीटली मेंस पार्ट। जस्ट आपको इस टर्मिनोलॉजी याद रखना है, PAI पंचायत एडवांसमेंट इंडेक्स। सो इसमें व्हाट इज़ द ऑब्जेक्टिव, टू एसेस ग्राम पंचायत परफॉर्मेंस। कौन सा मिनिस्ट्री में, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पंचायती राज। ओके, दिस मच यार, ये सब डाटा वगैरह फैक्ट्स वगैरह मेंस में। ओके, but see, theme index evaluates panchayat based on 9 key themes. Only this, only just with the stick to the prelims pointers, stick to the prelims. Okay, and this one also, see, model youth gram sabha, again कौन सा मिनिस्ट्री में आता है, and collaboration with education ministry, tribal affairs launched this initiative. Okay, why it is, what is the objective, what is the aim, that should be kept in our mind while reading for the prelims. Okay, see, this is the pioneering initiative, the first one to discover, to initiate. See, to strengthen Jan Bhagidari and promote participatory local governance. Okay, by engaging students in stimulated Gram Sabha sessions. So the what is the aim of the this model youth Gram Sabha? This should be kept in the mind, and which is the nodal ministry, Ministry of Education. This is important. Okay, and here it aims to provide quality education to ST students in areas having more than 50%. This is also important, at least 20,000 tribal persons. Okay, अगेन एक बार देख लेना अदर इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ में ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज आ चुका है ना, बिकॉज दिस इज गोल्डन जुबली, दैट्स वाई इट इज इन द न्यूज़. सो इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स. यस, एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन में सी दिस इज पार्ट 17 एंड सी आर्टिकल 343 ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज ऑफ यूनियन शैल बी हिंदी. Okay, official language act, okay, it provides use of English in addition to Hindi for all official purposes for the business transactions in the parliament. And again this line, article 345, see here, state legislature may adopt any one or more languages used in state or Hindi as official languages of that state. Okay, see this inter parliamentary union and all, see it comes under mains, not useful for prelims, so skipping this. And हमको choose करना, see हमको जो भी इस PT-365 में हमको सारे के सारे पढ़ने हैं, तो मतलब नो यूज़ यार. प्रिलिम्स इज़ अ माइंड गेम एंड प्रिलिम्स स्टिक टू द प्रिलिम्स. सी द पैटर्न ऑफ द UPSC. अगेन एंड अगेन आई एम एम्फेसाइजिंग ऑन स्टैटिक. करंट अफेयर्स भी चाहिए, है ना, क्यों, मतलब सी एक सेटिस्फेक्शन भी रहता है एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. सो द D-Day एग्जाम में ना, लाइक करंट अफेयर्स नहीं कवर किया, ये वो नहीं, करंट अफेयर्स को भी एम्फेसिस देना है, बट ओनली व्हाट इज इट्स वेटेज, है ना, 10 to 15 क्वेश्चंस यार, एंड दैट टू लिंक्ड विद स्टैटिक. सो मोर एम्फेसिस ऑन स्टैटिक, है ना. ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि करंट अफेयर्स को बिल्कुल इग्नोर करो, नहीं, करंट अफेयर्स को ध्यान में रख के उसको स्टैटिक को लिंक करके, है ना, पढ़ना है. दैट इज़ द स्मार्ट वे, है ना. यू कैन एज दिस प्रिलिम्स. सो हियर नेक्स्ट की टर्म्स, मनी बिल, फाइनेंस बिल. यस, सी this is important, it comes under the chapter parliament, and very very important. Money bill is also important because we saw the UPSC PYQs, है ना, finance bill भी, and private member bill. Who is a private member, who is not a minister. Okay, adjournment, signed by 0 hour, question hour. Okay, these are the terminologies which are very important. Okay, see, money bill and finance bill. So money bill, see here, article 110 of the constitution deal with the definitions of money bill. Okay, article 117 covers matter related to money bill. Article 10, to be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Yes, money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Okay, and here bill involving expenditure from consolidated fund of India requires prior president's recommendation. Okay, about finance bill and money bill एक बार देख लेंगे. Finance bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha can only amend the bill. But in case of money bill, Rajya Sabha cannot amend. It can give only recommendations. Okay, but it cannot amend the money bill or reject the money bill. Here, bill has to be passed by Parliament within 75 days of its introduction. As finance bill is a money bill, so no joint sitting of the two houses is allowed. Okay, no joint sitting नहीं है. Okay, 109 article mentions special procedure with respect to money bills. Okay, if Lok Sabha does not accept any recommendations, money bill is deemed to be passed. Yes, of course. See, if money bill is passed or introduced in the Lok Sabha and passed to Rajya Sabha, okay, here Rajya Sabha cannot reject, Rajya Sabha cannot amend, Rajya Sabha just it can recommend, it can suggest some changes, but even Lok Sabha can admit those suggestions or recommendations or not. It's completely the power of Lok Sabha, है ना. स्पेशल पावर दिया हुआ है मनी बिल के ऊपर ऑन लोक सभा. एंड ऑफ कोर्स हियर सी, इफ एनी क्वेश्चन अराइजेस whether a bill is a money bill or not, whose decision is final? Speakers, keeping in mind. Okay. And of course in money bill, Rajya Sabha has the restricted powers. It cannot amend or reject the money bill. It can only make recommendations. Okay. Private member, again, who is private member? A member who is, any member but who is not a minister. It is introduced by a member of parliament but other than minister. Okay. And it reflects the stand of the opposition on public matters. It is lesser chance to be get approved by the parliament, है ना, क्योंकि private member है, he is not a minister. And its introduction in the house requires 1 month notice. मैं आपको प्राइवेट मेंबर बिल का, मनी बिल, दिस एंटायर टॉपिक है ना, दिस की टर्म्स मैं आपको इस PDF में लास्ट में आई विल गिव यू द प्रीलिम्स पॉइंटर्स. ओके, आप उसको रिवाइज करो बस. एंड एडजॉर्न साइंड है. ओके, इसमें यही है. सी, ओनली 14 मेंबर्स, 14 प्राइवेट मेंबर्स बिल पास्ड since independence. Just have this some basic. 14 private member bill has been passed since independence. Okay. Adjournment signed by. See, it is a Latin term meaning without assigning a day for future meeting. The meeting is been adjourned, but will not specify the next future meeting when the meeting is been assigned. No. Okay, it refers to end of the session of the parliament without setting a date of reconvene. It is self-explanatory यार. It is parliament chapter में दिए हुए लक्ष्मीकांत का ऊपर. Okay, this is completely static, which is important. All bills that are pending in the same house remain unaffected. See, must notice questions, motions, resolutions. When it is lapsed, when it is not lapsed, and it must be resubmitted in the next session unless otherwise specified. Okay, parliament should meet at least twice a year. There is no minimum number of days that parliament is required to meet in a year. Okay, next 0 hour. See, इसमें 0 hour में ना, 0 hour ये it period follows the question hour and it normally begins at noon. Okay, 0 hour. Usually the members use this period to raise various issues for discussion only. Okay, for discussion. And 0 hour not mentioned in the rules of procedure. It is Indian innovation of parliamentary procedure. Okay, इसमें speaker decides whether to allow the matter to be raised or not. Then question hour, yes, of course, first hour of every parliamentary sitting is slotted for this. Duration asks questions, the ministers usually give answers. And 3 kinds. One is starred, unstarred, short notice question. 3 types. Okay. Start question में क्या होता है? So it is one which is an oral answer is required. Start question में है ना, only oral answer. Okay. And unstart question में, see, it is one for which the minister lays on the table a written answer. Okay, this is, and 15 days notice has to be given to ask such questions. Okay, and no supplementary question can be asked with regard to such questions. And short notice, of course, it is answered orally and notice is less than 10 days. Okay, national e-Vidhan application online. अंडर मिनिस्ट्री कौन सा है? पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मिनिस्ट्री. ओके, एम क्या है? डिजिटाइज एंड स्ट्रीमलाइन लेजिस्लेटिव प्रोसेस. ओके, ऑल 37 स्टेट्स एंड यूनियन टेरिटरी थ्रू यूनिफाइड प्लेटफॉर्म. विजन इज वन नेशन वन एप्लीकेशन. यस, नागालैंड इज द फर्स्ट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली टू इम्प्लीमेंट दिस. ओके, एंड इट इज सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड. सो लोकपाल, इट इज स्टैटिक पार्ट है. ओके, सी हियर. First Lokpal, this was current Lokpal, okay, not necessary. See here, tenure and eligibility. So 5 years and age until he attains 70 years. Okay, no reappointment, chairman. Okay, a member become chairman only if total tenure does not exceed 5 years. Okay, see Lokpal composition देख लेंगे. Chairperson, eminent members, eligibility, appointment. So इसमें chairperson, see, serving CGI or Supreme Court judge or an eminent person. Okay, eminent person at least 25 years with special knowledge है ना. वो एक्सपर्ट होना चाहिए एंटी करप्शन पॉलिसीज़ में, पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में, विजिलेंस फाइनेंसिंग में, लाइक बैंकिंग, लॉ मैनेजमेंट. And members, 8 members with 50% judicial members. Okay, and members shall be from belonging to SC, ST, OBC, minorities and women also. See, eligibility of judicial member, he has been a judge of Supreme Court or been a chief justice of High Court. This is eligibility criteria. And appointment, yes, done by president on the recommendation on selection committee. Okay, now disqualification, he cannot be a member of parliament. Okay, convicted if on a moral turpitude. Age requirement, see, cannot be a person if less than 45 years of age. पंचायती और म्यूनसिपालिटी मेंबर नहीं है. रिमूव्ड और डिसमिस्ड फ्रॉम द सर्विस, ऑफिस ऑफ ट्रस्ट और प्रॉफिट. ओके, सी एक्चुअली डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ चेयरमैन इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है ना. दिस कंपोजिशन ऑफ सिलेक्शन कमिटी ऑफ लोकपाल, यस, प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज अ चेयरपर्सन, स्पीकर इज ऑल्सो मेंबर, लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन मेंबर, इवन CGI और सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज और एन एमिनेंट जूरिस्ट. दीज आर द 5 composition of selection committees. No, not important. But appellate authority में acts as final appellate authority in public grievances cases. Okay. And see, jurisdiction of Lokpal to inquire in allegation of corruption. Again, yaar, PM, CM, minister, okay, member of parliament and group ABCD officers. Okay, and chairperson, members offices, directors, okay, board, corporation, society. Just self-explanatory, एक बार give it a read, you know. And any society or trust that receives foreign contribution above 10 lakh, you know, it will inquire. And again, CBI, it is non-constitutional, non-statutory है ना CBI, but CBI is established under recommendations of Santanam committee. Okay, non-constitutional, non-statutory. And see here, appointment of director selected by committee है, PM है, leader of opposition, CGI. Okay, and tenure is like director's tenure up to 5 years. Okay, earlier figure 2 years. So type of cases, कौन सा cases है? एंटी करप्शन, economic offences, स्पेशल क्राइम, सो मोटो, एक बार देख लेना है ना. एंड कंसेंट ऑफ स्टेट फॉर CBI 2 है, जनरल में है, स्पेसिफिक में है. जनरल में इज लाइक CBI इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू सीक फ्रेश परमिशन एवरी टाइम. ओके, बट स्पेसिफिक में क्या है, CBI वुड हैव टू अप्लाई फॉर द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इन एवरी केसेस, है ना. परमिशन इज रिक्वायर्ड इन स्पेसिफिक केसेस में, स्पेसिफिक में. एंड UPSC, यस, अगेन आवर कमीशन, it is a constitutional body. Okay, members appointed president, at least 50% of the members have 10 years of government service. Okay, this appointment is like president's discretion. Okay, tenure is like 6 years or until the age attainment of 65 years. Removal is again like misbehavior, incapacity. President refers to the matter to Supreme Court whose advice is binding. And misbehavior is like he is holding interest in the government contracts and all, you know, office of profit kind. Okay, salaries again, charge on Consolidated Fund of India. And functions, you know, he conduct examinations of all India services, central services, union territory services, assist states in joint recruitment on request, and he submit annual report to president. ऊपर देख लें. And this is also static. May end of the PDF में, like at the end I will be posting the prelims pointers with respect to every static part जो भी है ना, उसको मैं पोस्ट करूँगा, अटैच करूँगा इस PDF में. एंड PDF विल इन द बिलो डिस्क्रिप्शन. ओके, नेक्स्ट NCRB, ज़्यादा नहीं है इसमें. सीयर बेस्ड ऑन द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ टेंडन कमिटी. ओके, अंडर मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स, विच मिनिस्ट्री में ये भी है. और ये सब नहीं, की फंक्शंस नहीं. दिस इज़ कम्प्लीटली मेन्स पार्ट एंड दिस ऑल्सो मेन्स, नो नीड टू स्किप. एंड दिस NHRC है ना, इसमें भी सी है, कंपोजिशन इज इम्पॉर्टेंट अगेन. सो NHRC, इट इज़ अ स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी. ओके, नॉट अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी. एंड ओके, हियर अबाउट हेडक्वार्टर्स न्यू दिल्ली. ओके, अंडर प्रोटेक्शन ह्यूमन राइट्स. ओके, एंड हियर सी द कंपोजिशन ऑफ NHRC, चेयरमैन रिटायर्ड चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया और जज ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट. 5 फुल टाइम्स मेंबर है. Judge of Supreme Court, retired or serving CGI of High Court, 3 members to be appointed from having knowledge, practice, experience, okay, in matter of human rights. Okay, one shall be women. 7 deemed members, yes, of course, chairman of NCBC, person, say, disabilities, SC/ST, protection of child rights and women. Okay, appointment is done by President of India on the recommendations of committee headed by PM, and this committee में speaker and minister of home affairs, leader of opposition of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha. Okay, tenure holding office for 3 years until the age of 70 years. Attainment and removal again, both chairman and members can be removed from the office by President of India on the grounds of misbehavior, incapacity. एक बार देख लेना रिमूवल, अपॉइंटमेंट, ओके, एंड टेन्योर क्या है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस क्या है, सो NHRC. एंड अगेन फंक्शंस भी एक बार देख लेना. इंक्वायर्स इनटू ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशंस, इंटरवेन इन द प्रोसीडिंग्स ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन पेंडिंग बिफोर एनी कोर्ट or any with approval of that such court. Okay, visit any jail, institutions under control of state government also. Okay, review law and procedure protection for human rights, and review factors, acts of terrorism also. And yes, this is mains part, ignore this, complete mains part. This CAG, very important, static one. This also very, very important, static. See, Attorney General of India, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. This is static part, and again, for these two topics, prelims pointers will be attached to this PDF at the end. Okay, I will give this too. Okay, again, like basically we'll cover, see, Article 148 of the Constitution, CAG is not eligible for reappointment. Okay, 6 years tenure, and his duties like powers, conditions of the service listed out in this. एंड टेन्योर इज 6 years. रिमूवल बाय प्रेसिडेंट ऑन द सेम ग्राउंड, जो भी जैसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जज रिमूवल होता है ना, ऑन द सेम ग्राउंड्स. ओके, की डिटेल है, ड्यूटी ऑफ कैग अराइजेस ओनली आफ्टर द एक्सपेंडिचर हैज़ बीन इनकर्ड. ओके, कैग रिपोर्ट्स, ओके, ऑन द एग्जीक्यूशन प्रोजेक्ट्स. ओके, मिनिस्टर्स आर डिस्कस्ड बाय पब्लिक अकाउंट्स कमिटी, एंड इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम कैग रिपोर्ट्स कैन बी यूज्ड इन द इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसीज. ओके, एक्चुअली दिस इज नॉट इनफ. This is not enough for static. Okay, this should be covered in the Lakshmikant. Okay, your static resource. ये ऊपर से दिए हुए है ना. अटॉर्नी जनरल ऑफ इंडिया, हाईएस्ट लॉ ऑफिसर इन द कंट्री, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है, एंड इज अपॉइंटेड बाय प्रेसिडेंट. एलिजिबिलिटी इज टू, ही शुड बी क्वालिफाइड टू अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ अ सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज. He must be citizen of India, and he must be a judge of a high court for 5 years, and 10 advocate of some high court, okay, for 10 years, or an eminent jurist. And again, a term of office is not fixed by the constitution, and even removal also, constitution does not contain any procedure and any ground of removal. Okay, he holds office during the pleasure of president, and he has right to audience in all courts, and he can take part in proceedings. He has right to speak, join their sittings in any committees of the parliament. Okay, and enjoy all privileges and immunities that are available to a member of parliament. These are all very important. And see, what are the limitations? See, not advise or hold a brief against the government of India, and not defend accused persons in criminal proceeding. एक बार रीडिंग दे देना. Not accept appointment as director in any company. Okay, duties, functions. Okay, and NCSC again, it is also a constitutional body, important one, static. मैं क्या करूँगा, see, at the end of the session, these constitutional bodies, so constitutional bodies करके मैं आपको सारे के सारे constitutional bodies का at the end of the PDF में मैं attach कर दूँगा prelims pointers, which will be very, very, very helpful. Very, very helpful for the last minute revision. Okay, this is very important. एक बार देख लेना just. Okay, don't give emphasis on this PDF. Okay, at last I'll just give you the prelims pointers. Okay, with everything. Just basically you read this and mark the article as static, and list those static and read with static only. Okay, link this. Okay, and this National Medical Commission, no यार, प्रीलिम्स के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं, दिस इज नॉट. सो इश्यूज रिलेटेड टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, प्रिवेंटिव डिटेंशन, अगेन इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो ये प्रिवेंटिव डिटेंशन ना फंडामेंटल राइट्स चैप्टर में आते हैं, है ना. आर्टिकल 22, protection against arrest and detention. So let me explain you what is preventive detention in easy terms, है ना. See, preventive detention, like, see, I may not have committed a crime, okay, but I'm still detained. Why? Because police suspects that I might commit a crime, okay. For example, house arrest. This is preventive detention, okay. So the definition here is like, see, detaining the person without a trial and conviction by court, okay, on a reasonable apprehensions him doing an activity dangerous to public order. Just the thing is, person without a trial and conviction by a court, okay. And just revise fundamental rights chapter, okay. And one sec. Here, see, I think there is a printing mistake in this PDF. See, the time. See, the time mentioned. This is for punitive actually. This is not for preventive. Okay. Actually, for the punitive detention, the time frame should be given. See, within 24 hours, the detention beyond requires a magistrate approval. See, this one is punitive detention. Just make a correction. This is not for preventive detention. This is punitive detention. Punitive detention में क्या है? If a person is arrested after committing a crime, it is called punitive detention. Okay. And here, right to be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours. See, this time frame है ना. This is in the punitive detention, okay. Actually, what is even, let me just explain even in 2 lines what is punitive detention also. See, punitive detention is like, I've committed a crime, okay, for which the court is sentenced me for 10 years of jail. So those 10 years which I will stay in the jail, that is part of my punishment. That is punitive detention, okay. Just make some corrections here. This is not preventive, it is punitive. And cases वगैरह, no guys, these are like just see once, just have a basic reading, okay. उतना गहराई में नहीं जाना है. Mains part. And even the personality rights, just एक बार देख लेना. Protection of rights है ना, personality rights. Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev being misused via AI websites, okay, na, by this deep fakes and all, okay. This is no, just here, governed right to privacy, governed under Article 21 and through Supreme Court judgment case, Puttaswamy case, okay. This will be important for the prelims. Just that too, Article 21 Supreme Court judgment with respect to this case, Puttaswamy case, okay. And yes, this is no, again not important. This phone tapping, no, not in this, no. And yes, here just give a basic reading है ना. Just what is this narco analysis test and key highlights, just ऊपर से देख लेना, सारे in depth important नहीं है. And this also mains part, digital access part, mains part. Reservation for, just ऊपर से एक बार, again enemy properties नहीं, mains part, okay. And Article 311, right? Here it deals with dismissal, removal, reduction in rank, okay, civil capacities under union or state. Here Article 311 Clause 1, members of civil service cannot be dismissed. They cannot be removed by any authority subordinate to appointing authority. Just these articles, members of civil service can be dismissed, removed or reduced in a rank after according him a reasonable opportunity of being heard post an inquiry. Okay, I think no. Okay, Judiciary, Chief Justice of India. See here, it becomes important. Appointment is done by President. Appointment of CGI, see, dual convention, consultation with the outgoing CGI. Appointing the senior most judge. As per memorandum procedure, Union Law Minister first seeks recommendation to outgoing CGI, okay, and then forward to the PM who advises President, then appointment. Okay, आपका static part में है ना, तो have a glance on that. Tenure 65 years, oath administered by President, Okay. No, it's not important scrutiny. No. Key responsibilities: master of roster, oversee appointment of Supreme Court staff, performs various duties like administering oath and appointing judges, head of the collegium. Okay. So इसमें फर्स्ट जजेस केस में क्या हुआ था, सुप्रीम कोर्ट रूल दैट recommendations made by CJI to president can be refused. Okay, thereby next in second judges case में here CJI only need to consult two senior most judges over judicial appointments and transfer, but in the third judges case CJI should consult with four senior most Supreme Court judges to perform opinion on judicial appointment and transfers. Okay, see how India appoints its judges, the collegium system. This Supreme Court appointments like CJI plus four senior most judges who decides the Supreme Court collegium. Final appointment by president. Have one basic reading. Okay, static में पूरा कवर है आपका. And this removal of judges. See this procedure. This part is been here. I have attached the prelims pointers with respect to Supreme Court and High Court, both of them. You can revise immediately the static part. Okay, here how a judge is removed. See here, 4 stage. Okay, initial motion is signed by 100 members of Lok Sabha and 50 members Rajya Sabha. Okay, investigation committee, 3-member committee investigate the charges against the judge, and then parliament approval. Okay, it must be passed by special majority, both the houses, and then president issues final order for the removal of judge. And here removal of judge में the Judges Inquiry Act 1968 it regulates the procedure. Okay, and till now no judge of the Supreme Court has been impeached so far. Okay, and the 3 members committee, of course, CJI of Supreme Court, CJI High Court, and distinguished jurist. Okay, approved Supreme Court judge will be removed. If this three members committee it has been approved means then president will issue a final order for the removal of judge. And this related news एक बार देख लेना, not much important. Okay, see here I have attached the prelims pointers for the Supreme Court and High Court. This part is see composition, appointment judges. Okay, qualification, oath, tenure. See here Judges Inquiry Act. So this is entirely okay prelims pointers with respect to Supreme Court, High Court. Okay, you can revise here. And aspirants, see tribunal topic. Tribunal is in the news. Again static. There is a chapter in the polity tribunals. See here. Let me first explain the tribunals. Like see, the original constitution did not contain provisions with respect to tribunals. Okay, the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act 1976. So it added a new part. Okay, 14A. Okay, to the constitution. This is tribunal. So this part is entitled as tribunals and consists only 2 articles. Article 323A, dealing with administrative tribunals, and 323B, dealing with tribunals. Administrative tribunals 323A and 323B is only tribunals. Okay, and here this for this also, okay, I'll give a prelims pointer, small handy notes, okay, which will be attached at the last. See here, just evolution recommended by first ARC 42nd. See, I have said this administrative tribunal based on Swaran Singh committee. Okay, and constitutional base 323A, 323B on the matters of tribunal. This 323A is on the matters of administrative tribunals. Okay. And here the Supreme Court matter under Article 323B are not exclusive. Legislature can create tribunals on subject in 7th schedule. Okay. And this CAT jurisdiction. Okay. Central Administrative Tribunal. Okay. ये PYQ में आया है, UPSC 2009 में, है ना. Several matters related to recruitment and conditions of service of public servants under union and its authorities. So here this CAT, Central Administrative Tribunal, was set up during presidentship of Rajiv Gandhi. Okay, UPSC 2009 PYQ. And this Central Administrative Tribunal exercise original jurisdiction in relation to recruitment of all civil services matter. Okay, public servants covered under it. Okay. Okay, this one, and jurisdiction, okay, defined subject wise. Some tribunals have appellate jurisdictions and appeals, okay, lie with the high courts, and in some cases directly Supreme Court. Here kya hai? So here see, in the jurisdiction, in the appellate one, initially appellate jurisdiction like directly goes into Supreme Court, but in Chandra Kumar case, from this the appellate jurisdiction is, the case goes to High Court and then Supreme Court. Okay, just for your understanding purpose. Yes. And again, establishment inserted by 42nd, I've said it, 42nd Amendment Act, okay, by adding 323A, 323B, and recommendations by Sovereign Committee and Court by Constitution of India only. And to resolve disputes, complaints on specific matters, okay, to interrupt, maintain law and order, okay, and give decisions on civil and criminal cases, and procedural compliance not bound by specific procedure by, okay, but only governed by principle of natural justice. Important procedural compliance, okay, not bound by specific procedures but by principles of natural justice. And of course members mix judicial and experts with the special knowledge, and powers limited under the law. This one, okay, legal aid in India. So here legal aid, the constitutional provisions for the legal aid, okay, Article 39A, 21, 22, Clause 1, 14. These are very important. Okay, Article 39A inserted by 42nd Amendment, okay, and mandates the state to secure free legal aid, है ना, DPSP में. Okay, Article 21, okay, right to free legal aid as fundamental right, okay, right to life and personal liberty. This one guarantees right of arrest of person to consult, defend by a legal practitioner on his or her choice. See, and then on Article 14 also, no person denied equality before the law and equal protection of law. So see here, equality before law, which is negative concept, British concept, and equal protection of law, this is positive US concept. Just prelims. See guys, revise this. Okay, this is DPSP and fundamental rights chapter. Okay, and this one about legal services na, 3 tiers. It established a 3-tier system to provide free and competent legal services. Here see, NALSA, okay, and SLSA, state legislative service authorities, and district level. See, at the national level headed by Chief Justice of India, at state level headed by Chief Justice of High Court, and district level by district judge. Okay, and this okay, have just one look. Okay, this National Legal Services Authority, NALSA, it is a statutory body, okay, under this Legal Service Authority Act 1987, okay, provide free legal services to weaker sections of the society. Okay, and see here, it organize lok adalats, okay, for settling the disputes. And here it formulate policies, principles, and guidelines to frame the effective schemes for state legislatives, this one, state legal service authorities, okay, to implement these legal services throughout the country. Okay, and see the eligibility criteria, okay, women and children, industrial workers, mentally ill, disabled, victim traffic, okay, and members of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, victims of mass disaster. Okay, just have just one glance, okay, उतना गहराई में नहीं जाना है. And see, complete mains part, okay. This also no need. Lok Adalat. See, Lok Adalat is one of the alternative dispute redressal mechanism. Okay, it established in the, like, it has a statutory body under this act, Legal Service Authority Act 1987. Okay, it was amended to establish permanent local Lok Adalats, okay, for public utility services, again guided by principle of natural justice. And first Lok Adalat, Gujarat, okay. Again here, matrimonial disputes, the nature of cases undertaken, matrimonial disputes, property disputes, okay, accident, land acquisition, etc. Have one glance here, these two. See, again, doctrine of merger, no, mains part, Ignore now. Now, zero FIR. It has been in the news. Okay. So this is under Ministry of Home Affairs, Cyber Crime Coordination Center. So it has introduced the new zero FIR. So इसमें क्या है? Let me explain you in the simple terms. So let me explain here. Place X, place Y. इसमें क्या है? Someone has committed a crime in place X. Okay. Then he goes to place Y. Okay. So the case would not be filed in the case Y because the crime is committed in the place X. Okay, sorry, the terminology I missed it. Okay, what? Just one second. I'll explain this. See here, place X, place Y. See here, a person commits a crime in place A. Sorry, place X again. Sorry. See, a person commit a crime in place X and then moves to place Y. Okay. So here the case would not be filed in case Y because saying that person has committed a crime in place X. So here then saying that crime is committed in the place X. So इसमें क्या है? So FIR should be filed in place X. Okay, to resolve this. Okay, to resolve this, so the zero FIR has been introduced saying that है ना, पहले FIR करो, just first file an FIR. Okay, first information लो, उसके बाद okay the case will be transferred to place X. So the here the thing is case should be filed. Okay, the FIR should be taken, first information report. Okay, the first information should be taken even if it is in the place Y or place X, wherever it is. Okay, this for this one for this denial of the taking FIR in the place Y, this zero FIR has been introduced. Okay, wherever it is, the first FIR lena chahiye, first FIR should be taken. Okay, then case would be transferred to the initial place. Okay, this is the thing. And again, yes, this one just ऊपर ऊपर से एक बार देख लेना. Okay, based on the Justice Verma's committee recommendations. Okay, now Election Commission of India, this is permanent constitutional body, and okay, part 15 of the constitution article is from 324 to 329. And guys, for this also, this is also a constitutional body, and for the constitutional bodies I will provide each and every prelims pointers with respect to the topics, with respect to the constitutional bodies also. Okay, here just just देख लेना. See here, what are the key functions? See, composition, chief election commissioner and 2 election commissioner, 3-member body. Sorry guys for interrupting. Here key role, see, administer elections to Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, State Legislative Assembly, offices of President and Vice President. तो इसमें Election Commission of India, see, see composition भी देख लिया हम लोग. Chief Election Commission, 2 election commissioners. Okay, key functions भी here: supervise, directs, control, conducts free and fair election, prepares electoral roll for Lok Sabha, State Assemblies, grant recognition to political parties. See here, he will grant recognition to political parties. Okay, but here Election Commission of India will ensure inner party democracy also within a political party. Okay, and Election Commission of India only involve for recognized political party. Okay, but not for registered political party. This is also one point. And this one, Election Commission of India will allot symbols to political parties. Okay, allotment of the symbols also. Okay, then recent steps taken. See, sweep, this will be important. Systematic voters education and electoral participation, which enhances voters participation. Okay, home voting for senior citizens above 85 years of age and PWDs with 40% disability. Okay, in 2024 general elections. So this is demonstrated. See, and elimination of duplicate voters IDs, it is underway with UIDAI support. Okay, there is another development is coming. Okay, so this no need guys, this no need. Okay, see difference between, yeah, just have some glance. Okay, election symbol, perks, and this one, recognition status, registered with ECI, recognition of state as a state or national party. Okay, स्टैटिक में आता है. ओके, और इसमें स्पेशल इंटेंसिव रिवीजन में ना, जस्ट सी इट इज़ लीगली बैकिंग आर्टिकल 324 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. Okay, it is house to house verification done by booth level officers, okay, to ensure enrollment of all eligible citizens in a electoral roll. Just see the objective of this special intensive revision, है ना, why it is in the news. Okay, publish the draft electoral rolls, okay, in West Bengal, Rajasthan, Goa, Lakshadweep and Puducherry. Okay, then other things, just obviously just have a glance. Then other important, and you can see appointment and removal of the chief election commissioner. This is also static, very important. Okay, इसमें क्या है, CEC chief election commissioner, see, can be removed in a manner and same as on the grounds of Supreme Court judges. His removal, okay, chief election commissioner removal is in the manner and same on the ground of Supreme Court judges. Okay, and election commissioner, okay, removed by president on the recommendation of chief election commissioner. Here see, election commission of India can delist, okay, or de-recognize a party, but it cannot deregister. Okay, motion of removal passed by majority 2/3 by the members present and voting in the both houses of the parliament, and after that President of India passes an order for removing the chief election commissioner. Okay, and of course this is this article 324 clause 5, Supreme Court judges are explained. Okay, misbehavior and incapacity. See, key provisions, okay, qualifications, must hold equivalent post to Secretary General or like Secretary to the Government of India. He must possess expertise in managing and conducting elections. Yes, search committee, select committee. See this. See, and this ECI net digital platform, no, it's not important. Okay, and postal ballot, no. मेंस में आ सकता है, but not to prelims में नहीं. If you want means for self satisfactory, so you can just have the one reading glance, इसका aim क्या है, objective क्या है ना. Even this also. See, center state relations, again static, so automatically link with center state relation chapter from the static resource. Okay, here see, इसमें ना this one, residue reports west with the parliament, these are all, but see these some of these federal scheme of the Indian constitution, single citizenship, okay, this is fine, but these all explanatory part ना मेंस में आता है ना, just have a look. But center state relation chapter should be covered, and which is very very important, okay, for the prelims. इसमें स्टैटिक में सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशंस में ना, लाइक लेजिस्लेटिव रिलेशंस, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रिलेशंस एंड फाइनेंशियल रिलेशंस. हियर सी, डिवीजन ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव पावर्स distributes power between parliament and states through 7th schedule, important. And any constitutional amendment affecting lists in the 7th schedule must be ratified by half of the state legislature, important. And of course Indian federalism is a quasi-federal with a strong center. Okay, and see initiatives, what are the initiatives with respect to center state relations. See, interstate council, it is constitutional body under 263 article, facilitates more coordination, okay. And the zonal council, statutory body with state reorganization act. And Niti Aayog, of course, replaces the planning commission. इसका chairman कौन है? Prime Minister. Okay, promoting cooperative federalism with state participation. And GST council, of course, it is a constitutional body. Okay, it enhances, emphasizes, and center state का decision making on the GST policies also it will enhance. Okay, and decentralization, 73rd 74th panchayat and municipalities. Okay, 3-tier system. Yes, here state reorganization. See, the procedure of the formation of new states, this is important, static part. Okay, see here, parliament may by law to form a state. Okay, formation of article 3 is like formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries, name, existing. See, this is the power of parliament. Here state legislature का कुछ भी assent नहीं चाहिए, with or without the state. Okay, the parliament has the power. And presidential recommendations, such bill can be introduced in either house of the parliament only on the president recommendation. But here, see, before recommending a bill to the state legislature, like the consultation, president shall refer this bill to state legislature. See, it would express its view on it, but it is not necessary to parliament to take it or not. So it is completely the power vested with the parliament. Okay, parliament can increase or decrease or alter the boundaries, areas. Okay, and parliament can create a new state through ordinary legislation with the simple majority. Okay, बेरोबारी केस में क्या है, लाइक ऑफ कोर्स वी नो बेरोबारी में preamble is not part of the constitution, but इसमें see Supreme Court held that power of the parliament to diminish the area of the state. Okay, and does not cover cession of Indian territory to a foreign territory. Okay, and under Article 368, Parliament has the power to amend the Constitution. Okay, consequently, 9th Constitutional Amendment was enacted to transfer certain territory to Pakistan. Okay, have some basic glance. Then next, fiscal federalism. No, mains part. Fiscal federalism is mains part. No need this. No need. No important. Not important. Okay, not important for the prelims. But see here 15th Finance Commission is not important, but 16th Finance Commission is important for the prelims, and those key pointers also, those prelims pointers also, I will provide the PDF. Okay, this PDF only, but at the end I will attach each and every prelims pointers. Again and again I am saying, stick to this guys, this prelims pointers with respect to this polity PT-365 जो भी current affairs है ना. So I'm just giving you the prelims pointers itself. Okay, no need to no need to be a scavenger, like no need to go here and there, collect more resource, more thing on the current affairs part. No need actually. And again this also mains part. Okay, from here, see, the governance part begins. Governance and social issues, guys, completely mains. I'm saying, like, no need of all these. These are all you can just go through if you want for some self-satisfaction, one reading. But I assure you that after seeing the UPSC PYQs and the pattern of the UPSC in the polity subject, not required. No. So this is the end of this PDF. Okay, again here I'll attach the static topics which would be with respect to prelims pointers. Okay, the two which are mentioned, the topics which are from PT-365 polity. Okay, and polity is complete a static part, complete static subject, and it is self-explanatory. So see, multiple revision is very important for this now. And I will provide you this PDF. The link to this is in the description below, and no need to go collect other resources. Just download this PDF, guys. Just download this PDF and keep a copy for last minute revision, which is must and should. And this is enough यार. सी इसमें ना ज़्यादा कोई चीज़ें गहराई में जाने के लिए नहीं ज़रूरी है ना. मेंस को कंप्लीट इग्नोर करके इस वीडियो में बना चुका हूँ, एंड दिस इज़ completely for prelims. Okay, and okay, this is it in this topic. So in this session, complete prelims pointers with respect to polity PT-365. Thank you guys, thank you so much for the session, being patient, and I hope the session was fruitful, and if anything, please do forgive. Okay, and yes, this is it. And let's ace this 2026 prelims with precise accuracy and focusing only to the point, crisp and clear, just for prelims. Okay, thank you, and This is from UPSC Guardeer team.